motherfucker, man. You know, Bigfoot, hostile takeover, man. Told y'all, man. I keep telling y'all, we gonna keep the heat coming. You dig? You know what I'm saying? Hostile Takeover presents yet another episode with Zoe the Roasta. We in the building with the legendary
December 31st, my day of birth. I was put on the search on that date in 68. Father unemployed, teenage mother. 3 years later, had my little brother. I remember it vividly. Mom was at home, but my pops didn't live with me. He was another Rolling Stone, brother gone. Left his wife and kids at home alone. But mom took up the slack like a vet. These were the years of the blood, tears and sweat. Didn't have a lot of money, but we managed. Sometimes for dinner, I have to eat a wish sandwich. Mom worked 2 jobs, and on the side she modeled while pops was on the turf chilling with his pop.
Boy, when white folks come see you, boy, you successful, you somebody. Get on, motherfucker, tell you.
So who gave you the name Zoe the Roasta?
a cat named Hot Lips.
Hot Lips.
Yeah, a cat named Hot Lips.
Okay.
My a real close a real comrade of mine named Hot Lips, who was in the street, and you know, shit happens, and you know, the Roasta was born.
Okay. So when you was in the streets previously, you wasn't Zoe the Roasta then?
Nah, they just called me Zoe.
Just Zoe.
Yeah. We was on 25th Foothill.
Okay.
See, I'm from the 20, so I reverted back to the neighborhood that I was from. My grandmother lived on, at the time, she moved from 23rd and East 21st, and she lived on Foothill in 25th. So that's where we set up shop at.
Okay.
You know, so she lived in the middle of the block. We was cranking.
So at this point, what's the longest like jail stint you've done at this point?
The longest, probably, what I did. I was a juvenile before then, so the longest I did was like 6 months.
6 months.
You know, 6, 8 months, something like that. But then I came over there and caught a prison sentence on 25th. That's when I first went to prison.
And what age is this? I ain't gonna say the year,
19.
you just whatever age you were. 19?
Yeah, I was 19.
Okay, how long they hit you with?
They gave me 3 years with halftime. Yeah, so I was shooting into an inhabited dwelling. You know, there was an investigator coming to investigate a drug case of one of my cousins, and I guess I wasn't digging it, and shit, one thing led to another, and I ended up getting charged with assault with a firearm, shooting into an inhabited dwelling, and possession of a firearm.
So is this like y'all was in a house type situation? And
We were
like
outside.
Outside.
We were outside. He pulled up. So the story goes.
Talk to him.
He pulled up. I pulled out on him. What you doing over here? He told me to put the gun up.
And you don't notice a cop at this time?
No.
Okay, for sure.
I pointed in his face, and he turned around, get back in his car, and I shoot the whole car up. Broad daylight.
Damn, okay.
So I go on a run. I go on a run for about, you know, I was dressing like a girl, robbing shit. I'm doing all type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was an ugly bitch, but I was dressing. My grandmama used to dress me up like she used to sell clothes. So she would have wigs and earrings, and at the time I had both my ears pierced, and I would grab her earrings, one of the big ass dresses. I wasn't this big. I was a little nigga too, though.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then I had to grab my AR-15. I had my vest on up under that motherfucker, and I get out and I go get me some money. You know what I'm saying? They didn't see me coming. They
Yeah.
didn't see me coming. They
Master of disguise.
yeah. It wasn't until I got up on them,
Yeah.
and then it was too late.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I remember I walked past one of my partners at the weed spot. Bobby and Boomer had a weed spot. I walked past one of my partners going up the stairs. He coming down. The nigga called. He says, "Oh man, was that you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Boy, you ugly bitch."
So master of disguise. So you say you was, did
Yeah,
whatever you had to do to get the job done.
Yeah, I went through that period where, I was on the run, so I wasn't trying to be readily recognized at the time. So I would go above and beyond to make sure that, the authority and any enemy or whatever didn't recognize me.
Okay.
You feel me? And it was, it worked out.
And you say you got this idea from your grandmother. She used to.
Yeah,
Okay.
she had a little boutique, that she was selling her little clothes, and it was in her garage. And her house was one of the houses that I would hide out at. And I was like, man, I can't even go outside. She said, boy, you better put on a disguise
Mm.
and help me do it.
Granny gangsta.
Administered makeup and everything. Yeah, she was. Yeah, my grandmother was a gangster. For sure.
So, I mean, did you ever get caught? Well, obviously you.
I eventually got caught. I got tired, man.
That's how it always is. That's what it seemed
I got
like.
tired of running, and I go right back to the apartments
Right back to it.
where the incident happened, and somebody saw me. I thought I was sneaking up in there, but somebody saw me and called the police. They had that motherfucker surrounded the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
What's crazy is they could have killed me because the AR-15 I was rocking with, I had it.
Mm.
So when they bammed on the door, boom, 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 Oakland police, open the door, I tried to exit out the back, which was stupid. I was fresh out my sleep. And I had the AR-15 tucked, boom, and I go out head first. But I had the AR-15 like this. As soon as I get out, it's a balcony with a fire escape going down these apartments. It wasn't no back porch or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So right next to the police had went next door to the apartment next door to have some leverage from next door. As soon as I poked my head out, Bobby had the gun in my face. I backed back up in that motherfucker, tucked the motherfucker AR-15 up under the bed, and they never found it.
They never found it?
Man, they never found that motherfucker. They just wanted me, I guess.
Damn.
But they never saw me coming out the door with it either. Because mind you, I had it tucked.
Uh-huh.
So when I reached my head out, that's all they saw was part of my body.
Yeah.
And then I bounced back in. Whoa.
Yeah.
Slid that motherfucker up under their bed. It was hella shit up under their bed too.
So they just never searched the house, or they never just looked under the bed?
They searched the motherfucker. They just never looked up under the bed, I guess.
That's crazy.
You know?
Okay, so that's the first big charge.
Right. So I ended up going to prison. San Quentin. Ended up getting 3 years with half time.
And how old were you? You say you was 19 at this time?
I was 19 at the time.
Okay.
Did my bid. Made my bones.
At this time, it's your first big charge. You hit with 3 years. It's not no 6 months this time. It's not no year stint. Now you gotta you're doing some kind of serious time now. How you feeling at this point? Are you like, am I going? When I come home, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna get a job, or are you like?
Not at all.
Okay.
But you know, when you get close to home in prison, you always say that.
Okay.
You know, you always say that, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do right. All that rah-rah. As soon as you get home and get free, as soon as them motherfuckers you let you go, you back to it. You back to what you know. Because while you were in prison, they didn't really give you no game how to survive in society, you know.
No
Without the
rehabilitation.
game, yeah, there was no rehabilitation.
Yeah.
They give you a spot to stay and feed you, and a sentence. $200 gate money, and you on your own, man. And you on your own, and that's just the reality of it.
So you did that bid, what, 19 to what, 20, 22?
Yeah, I was, when I came home, shit, I was 20. I didn't do 3 years all together, because it was halftime.
Oh, yeah, right, okay, right.
So I came home when I was like 21.
So you come home now, what's the plan?
I came home to the block. At this time, the block was cracking. They had moved spots from my grandmama's house to the apartments that was close to the corner on 25th. There was some females living up in there. Lisa, my cousin Nardo, you know what I'm saying, was fucking with Lisa. Chris was, Big C was fucking with Dee Dee. You know, as a matter of fact, Nardo was fucking with a few people. He had babies by two women in that apartment building. And so I ended up, one of their friends, I ended up meeting one of their friends, which ended up being two of my kids' mother. Her name was Tish. And I ended up getting with her. She had already was pregnant. As a matter of fact, she was pregnant at the time. So I didn't
Y'all
care.
was expecting a kid at that time?
No, she was pregnant by some other nigga.
Oh, she was pregnant when you got with her?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was pregnant. And she ended up having a baby, and you know, Marcellus, and shit, that he ended up being mine anyway. You know what I mean?
So where was the dad at around that time? Were you just
I
not
have
there?
no idea.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
you.
somewhere in Los Angeles. She had went to like one of them schools, one of them boarding schools or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's she met the guy, got pregnant, ended up coming back out here. It didn't work out,
Gotcha.
and she ended up over there at the apartments with her friend. Coming to find out, her brother is one of the biggest niggas in Oakland.
Your first baby mom?
Yeah, a nigga named Brian Wiggins. Yeah, I said your name, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah, Brian Wiggins, man, was one of the top guys out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that until later on in the game, though. You know what I'm saying? Then me and him ended up getting close, you know?
For sure.
But, yeah.
Boy, when white folks come see you, boy, you successful, you something back. Get another motherfucker tell you.
Hey, I'm still trying to get it right. Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Spin the block, man, I heard these niggas locked up, locked up, locked up, locked up, locked up. Hey, we gon' spin till we get it right, bitch, so fine. I don't even wanna, I'ma still find time just to hit that. People out of trap.
Boy, when white folks come see you, boy. You successful. You somebody. Didn't I motherfucker tell you?